A state of emergency has been declared for 22 counties in New York, including all 5 boroughs, Long Island, and parts of the Hudson Valley. Across the Hudson, a state of emergency has been declared for all of New Jersey's 21 counties. And in Connecticut, the State Emergency Operations Center is activating today. Here in the city, alternate side of the street parking rules will be suspended tomorrow for snow removal. The threat of a storm this severe calls for Fox 5 Live team coverage. Michelle Ross is live at the DSNY salt shed in Lower Manhattan. But let's start by talking timing and totals with our chief meteorologist, Nick Gregory. Nick, how bad is this and how much snow are we really looking at?
It's going to be pretty bad, and we're talking potentially up to 2 feet of snow for a good part of the area. And so this is serious business here, Lisa. Now, again, don't be deceived by what you're seeing outside now. Things are not really going to get worse until we get into the evening time frame and then on through the overnight into tomorrow morning. Again, if you're just sort of getting into your day here, something new to note, that those of you in western New Jersey are now included in the blizzard warning, which was not the case late yesterday. So just about really all of our area, blizzard warning in effect. The other issue with the storm is going to be the potential for coastal flooding overnight into tomorrow. We do have a coastal flood warning that is up. Again, it's pretty much going to run into tomorrow morning for all of Long Island, Sound Shore areas, South Shore of Long Island, and down the Jersey Shore as well. Again, temperatures are now still above freezing in town. In fact, 38 at Newark, 39 Belmar. It's risen to 34 at Poughkeepsie. These numbers may come up a couple more degrees. Again, don't be deceived, because now while we have the easterly wind in play now, that wind will turn around to the northeast and pick up in speed, drag down the colder air, and then the heavy precipitation moves in, and that's when we get into the real fast accumulating snow. Again, you can see on the radar now just sort of this little mix of little light snow and light rain. It's not accumulating at all. The roads are just wet, and it will stay that way as we go through most of the day. So if you do have errands to run, I recommend you do it now. It's not going to be bad until we get into the evening time frame. The storm itself just getting organized down here off the Carolina coastline, and then it will make its move northward and rapidly intensify in the process. In fact, you'll see that here on our futurecast. Light precipitation, a little rain for a while. Now we'll look at the timestamp. The storm really gets cranking. And there's the result. Again, strong northeasterly winds that'll be coming in, pushing that water up against the coastline and producing that very, very heavy snowfall. It'll taper down by midday. And on into the afternoon, though, there'll be blowing and drifting of snow, which will continue on into Tuesday because it is going to be rather windy. And that's the deal. You're going to end up with, again, precipitation that could produce, or drifts, I should say, could get up over 3 feet in places, because we're talking, again, this computer model generating a good 18 to 24-inch snowstorm, which is pretty much what I'm thinking in my forecast as well. I don't have any reason to doubt that. In fact, most computer models, again, we use them as guidance, but, you know, some knowledge of experience of what's going on here, they're all sort of coalescing on a forecast that is going to generate an 18 to 24-inch snowfall, and potentially Jersey Shore could get numbers over that. And these little bands that set up could produce, again, potentially higher amounts. We saw that in the January 2016 storm, and back in February of 2006, where you had these little bands set up, and it snows at a rate of 2 to 3 inches per hour under those bands. So while it's a general 18 to 24 inches, some areas could be even higher than that in those banding conditions that occur. All right, here's the other important thing. Look at the wind. This is the wind gust by the time we get into tonight into tomorrow morning, gusting 60 or more miles per hour across Long Island down to the Jersey Shore, 50 or more in the city into southern Connecticut. And the result, again, will be that blizzard condition situation where near whiteout conditions, and then the blowing and the drifting of the snow. And the wind will stay actually pretty gusty on into Tuesday as well, something to bear in mind. 37 tonight in the city, or today I should say, as the snow increases, and then tonight we go down to 30. Blizzard conditions, heavy snow continues. The difference this time, though, Lisa, is that we're not going to get into the deep freeze after. While we'll still have snow Monday, it still will be around freezing Tuesday, but then we get into the 40s. Could be some snow Wednesday morning, and then we end up with just temperatures in the 40s to dig out and melt this stuff by the end of the week.
All right, Nick, thank you very much for that. We're going to be checking back with you in just a little bit. New Yorkers only have a few hours before the heavy snow and high winds move in. Fox 5's Michelle Ross is live at the DSNY salt shed on Spring Street with more on the preparations that are underway there. Michelle, what's going on?
Hi there, Lisa. It's hard to imagine that a blizzard will be on its way soon. It's warm outside. It's been raining all morning, but that will change very soon as snow moves in and conditions rapidly worsen overnight. Now, the city already activated its response plan yesterday, with sanitation crews preparing plows and salt spreaders and emergency management officials coordinating around the clock. The city could see well over a foot of snow, along with strong winds and dangerously icy conditions. Officials are also focusing on protecting the city's most vulnerable, including the homeless, as Code Blue operations go into effect after nearly 20 people were found dead during that brutal cold stretch that we just got out of.
We will have 18 warming buses, 11 health and hospitals warming spaces, 13 school warming centers open across the city. And we are redeploying H&H mobile warming units to provide clinical support, socks, gloves, and warm food. We are also keeping our on-point overdose prevention centers open overnight through the blizzard.
Now, there will also be teams across the 5 boroughs making sure that people are not outside and that they seek shelter. And will there be a snow day tomorrow? Well, the mayor will make a decision on that at the OEM headquarters in Brooklyn at noon today. We're live in Lower Manhattan. Michelle Ross, Fox 5 News.